Hello and welcome back to Heroes of the Vale, Season 2, Episode 2.
Episode 2.
That intro music was, I don't know what happened to the volume here. My ears were just like, ah.
Epic.
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah. Blew out an eardrum. Welcome back. So, how's everybody doing?
Nervous.
Okay. Nervous.
You know, that's fair. So yeah, you've already got 2 technically episodes under your belt, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wears off. It does eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know when we first started. It was like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, 2017.
That's when Dungeon Patrol started.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was actually re-listening to some of those early episodes.
Oh no.
I was. It's good to kind of see where you've come from, and
I don't want to.
it does. It takes a while.
I don't want to think about that anymore.
No.
No.
All I just remember from the first season is the stair episode.
Yeah, that really is what did it. It was because I really loved that whole the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The halflings on the stairs.
it was the stairs. I think that's why people kind of dropped off. So if you've thought about going to listen to it, probably listen to episode 1 and then jump to episode 6.
Yeah, it got good going in there.
Yeah, I think after that it was pretty solid.
I mean, I did, and I liked the characters, but I felt you kind of had to drag me into that. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, even starting this whole thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy it now, just so you know. I do.
Good. I'm glad. Well, hopefully you guys will all enjoy it before long.
Don't ruin it, because if you kill us all, we can't enjoy it anymore.
I mean, that is a fair point.
I assure you, I have been stressed out about this because I wanted to start us out with something interesting and exciting, and I'm like, that's also really dangerous.
All right, then let's quit talking about it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So when we left off,
but to do it
in the tradition that we did last season, we do a quick recap. Where
that's right. We should.
I know. Do we want to keep doing that?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. We got to
keep it brief though.
Yep.
So because I literally just threw that out. I mean. Hasn't been that long.
I can go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did last time. We kind of jumped into.
Yeah, we can do that.
So we traveled very quickly to the
Gellar Keep.
Gellar Keep. Gotta keep.
I don't know what that voice was that I just did.
And we spent a good time just kind of making some observations. And Zinnia went to go do some recon because that's what she does. And I don't know.
I really should have better perception.
Yeah,
if I'm gonna
probably.
I'm going to do recon, but I don't. So there you go.
And I was a bit worried, so I decided to make some noise to distract everybody from not seeing her. Uh-huh. And then I came back and made some more noise, and then so we came up with a plan, and it was pretty good. I think, Zinnia's. I mean, I don't want to say it's in your hands, but
No, it's actually in Pike's hands, because
no.
Pike has to put the guard to sleep.
Sing my lullaby.
Yeah.
And then you talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to go try to, I guess, get into the keep and then decide we're going to save your friend.
Hopefully, yes.
I really hope Tommy's there too.
Yeah. Well, we can hope.
One can hope. Well, it does all hinge on me rolling poorly. So when we left off, Pike, concealed behind a tree and some brush, pointed quietly at his opponent and cast sleep. Oh, I know. All these dice, I just started practicing. They're all hot. I don't know. I'm just going to have to just roll. Maybe this one. Come on.
That's not the one we touched.
I know what. I always root for you too, but you said DC 16?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it's so rude.
Nat 20.
Oh, that is
Nat 20.
That is so rude.
So
Why?
I saw you practicing with
Yeah.
those two, and then when you looked away, I licked
She
those two.
jinxed him.
But you didn't practice with that one, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Well, because
with
they
that
were
one.
like, I rolled like 15. And they were like, oh, there's no way. Because,
I know.
and then I was
And
like,
then I was like, oh, I'm gonna.
I never
extra
used the
curse
white
those.
one.
So
never
with the
used
natty 20, does he like even stay more awake? Is it like he's just been caffeine
I think he realized he's just been
tricked?
somebody's
Duped.
screwing with him. I don't know. No, that's not what happens, is it? He's just like, oh, I feel great.
Yeah. Refreshed. Second wind.
Doggone it.
Well, that's why we play dice games. So, yeah. So basically, Pike, you see him like shake his head and kind of look confused and look all around, probably agitated. I mean, give me a perception roll to see how kind of.
That is a 22.
Okay, and then I'm making an assumption that you were still trying to be like stealthy. So like you probably cast your spell and then like duck down or whatever while you're still trying to look from your vantage point. So, and I was trying to like find the rules. Like, so I don't know. I don't feel like there's a good interpretation of what someone experiences. It says you're aware that someone tried to cast a spell on you, but like if you've never had a spell cast on you, you don't know what that feeling is. And I was like, what does it really tell you?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'm just going to say he had a weird feeling and he shook it off and he's looking like really intently. Like, he's not sounding an alarm, but like he clearly looks agitated and you see him sort of walking around the tower. I mean, he doesn't see you, even though he kind of looked like right in your direction. His perception was not good enough so you managed to sort of duck down. So like some long tense moments go by and
yeah, since my abilities are mental in nature, I imagine that for him it took the form of like hearing a voice in his head telling him to go to sleep, somewhat bizarre concept, but if he's still visible and has not yet set up the alarm, I don't think I've got a better option than to try again.
yeah. So you kind of see him circle around the tower. You don't hear him call out. But then he kind of comes back and he's just sort of pacing and looking around. So yeah, you pop back up and try again. Whew. This makes me nervous. So should I try one of the licked dice? Or do I go with the one that surely this can't roll another
It
nat 20?
obviously can't roll it
Surely.
twice.
Natty
There we go.
one.
Nat 1. There we go.
What the
Balance
heck?
of the universe
That's
is
right.
established.
That's it.
Well, that's unlikely, but entertaining nonetheless. Okay. So yeah, I was even gonna like maybe give him a bonus just because of he was like hyper alert. But yeah, he paces around and then just stands there again, and then you just see him slump out of sight. So
Just as I planned.
how
like,
long?
wait,
How long
sometimes
does
it
that
takes a
last?
minute.
That is, I think, I want to say 2 minutes, but let me just double check
Okay.
that.
Well, while
real
you're
quick.
checking that, was there? I don't remember. Did you have a little plan? Like once that was done, were you guys? So everybody else that was hiding, was somebody kind of like waiting for him to slump over?
Yes, I
Yes.
was waiting for him to slump over, and then I was going to fly up.
Okay,
I'm ready.
you're ready. And then Ismi and Daerun, we're gonna run for Tower 3 or walk quietly for Tower 3.
Yep.
Okay, then that's the signal. So Zinne, you're gonna go like darting towards the top of the tower.
Yes, but I'm still going to try and not attract attention from any of the other guards.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. Okay, so that let's do that then. We'll just we'll go. Probably need to just since we're on a clock here, we'll kind of do this. Just we're not going to roll initiative unless combat starts. But so Zinnia, you're gonna dart, so you can cover. I think like the whole distance, right? I think so.
I don't know how much the whole distance is, but
The whole distance is.
Well, we would have been down from here, though. We remember we moved over here.
Mm-hmm.
We moved over to like the edge,
Oh, all right.
so it would be closer.
but
I don't know if we really are. But
my flight speed is 60. I was wrong, by the way. 60.
So you can get there in one round.
Okay.
Because it's 115 feet. So you can double move. So you just like beeline all the way up to the top of the tower. So that is what you're going to do. Okay. So, and then Pike, your plan.
I'm moving from the brush to the where the stream enters the gate, and I'm going to go underwater.
Okay. So to get to the water is 80 feet from you, which you have a 30 rate.
Yes.
Okay. But you still want to be stealthy. Is that correct?
Oh, you're marking from there? Okay.
Yeah, because that puts you at, I had you there because that was like right at your spell range.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually thinking about this one, but that's fine. It's not much of a difference.
Okay. Well, yeah, either way. So, all right. So to stay quiet though, you can double move, but you move at half speed for stealth.
But this is where I'm
Oh,
where I'm
yeah,
headed
yeah,
for.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So you're going to go to there.
Yeah.
he was going to go. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I'm using the measuring tool. I think we're all right. We got
Yeah.
it. So it's about 50 feet. So it'll still take you.
A little bit.
It'll
time
take
to
you
get
2
there.
rounds to get
Yeah,
there.
That's fine.
Moving quietly. So go ahead and do your stealth check for the round.
That is 20.
All right, perfect. And I realize now because you said you were going to try to be stealthy, Zinnia. That's a little weird with flying. You'd have to fly at half speed. Thinking about that. Weird.
So I just mean I want to try and stay out of line of sight of the other. But looking at it, I don't think I'm in anybody's line of sight.
Yeah, and yeah, I would say so. You're not going to actually make a stealth check, and somebody would just have to make an observation check because I don't know that you can really move any quieter. I guess you can. You can flutter your wings a little less. Okay. All right. So then the rest of the group was going to be already like here. Is that what?
Yep.
The last tree just before the.
And that tree just followed you. Sorry.
Oh no!
Really, this
Someone in a
tree-
bush. Run!
Okay. I don't know what that.
So we would be like, I believe, in that spot right there.
Yep. Right there.
Okay. From there.
From here.
Oh, here.
Yep. So it's 30 feet with one move. So half speed, if we did double down,
Mm-hmm.
would get us still there. Because we're going to wait for Zinnia then to get down here.
You're going to wait for.
We're getting inside, and then we're going to wait for Zinnia to come in.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna, get
We're not gonna
inside.
leave her
and-
by herself.
Right. And then Zinnia will fly into our little.
Okay. Then. All right. Then what we'll do is you guys will. Yeah, you'll make your stealth checks for moving up there. So that'll take you.
Can I add the two? Me and Corda? No. So Corda had 10, and I had 8.
Okay.
I had a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, so everybody is moving quickly and quietly towards the tower. Zinnia reaches the top. Movement will continue to happen, but then, so basically in round 2, Zinnia will be taking the first action while everybody else is kind of getting in their positions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said an 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. No more, no less.
No more, no less. So Zinnia, you top tower 2, and you get a better view of it now. It's a very wide tower. It's like I don't know, what is that, like 40 feet across? Like
Mhm.
these are like squat, short towers, very defensible. You see that some of the roof has caved in. That's basically a flat plank roof with stone parapets around, And yeah, there's an open, it's not even a hatch there, it's an open hatchway where you can see the top of a ladder. But most importantly, the guard is slumped over on the ground. You can see there's a little pack there with like some snacks and things that he, whatever he was doing to keep himself entertained. And there's a bow there with some arrows. So he's on the ground.
Okay.
And you're going to tuck him in.
So I'm going to start with an ear-splitting scream.
An ear-splitting scream.
Yes. So it's a powerful scream, inaudible to all but a single target.
Nice.
So he's the only one that can hear it. It does 1d6 points of damage because I'm only 3rd level. But it also dazes him.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have anything that will take him out in one
Fell swoop.
fell swoop.
Does Pathfinder have the coup de grace?
Yeah,
rule
it does.
For like a full round action.
Can I? With my little tiny...
I mean, you
weapon?
have done that. So the trick with that is that you don't do a lot of damage.
Right. That's yes, that is my problem.
So yeah, so the way coup de grace works is that if they're helpless, it's automatically a critical hit.
Mm-hmm.
And you just roll the damage, and then they have to make a fortitude save against 10 plus the damage or die. However, what is your you do like 8 point of damage, right?
Yes, I do 8 point of damage. I mean, I guess I could try the splintered spear. Can I? No. Okay.
You cannot coup de grace with spells.
Okay.
Do your idea. It'll work.
Like, I just didn't see that my 1 point hairpin would be
Mm-hmm.
a reasonable way to.
Just multiple.
Is it
stabs
a
in the
times
jugular.
is it a times 2
What's the
weapon?
crit?
You did not. You never told me.
Well, what's it supposed to? Is it mirrored to a rapier or what is it?
We never established that. It is a hairpin.
Okay,
You
but as a
can-
wizard, you don't have martial weapons, so basically you'd be the equivalent of like a. Okay, it's like a dagger.
It's like a dagger.
Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
so basically it's a 1 point weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's important detail.
Can leave him asleep and start her on fire.
Sorry, I was just double checking because this is where I don't want to get because if you could do a coup de grace with spells, that would be your better option. But I
It
don't.
would.
I
That
don't
would be
think you can.
great.
We're gonna I'm sorry. I try to avoid looking up rules as much as possible, but nobody's tried that. I think forever.
It kind of makes sense because the idea of coup de grace is you have the time to pick out a vital, but like most spells, there's no like vital point.
I mean, with the spear. So here's why I have that sort of thing is because with their splintered spear, it summons it like summons this little magical spear, and it actually attacks as a spear, but it's still a spell. But this could actually really be one of those, like, you would do that probably a lot. So I think that's why I want to get this right.
So there's a Reddit thread that says technically you can't because a spell isn't a weapon. But if I'm summoning a weapon,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Is it so? It's a physical object that you're.
Yeah, we should probably. Do you have your splintered spear?
I
in front of you?
do.
What exactly does it say?
It says, create a wooden short spear appropriate to your size, which hurls itself as a ranged attack against one target.
It's creating a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, my gosh, everything's running slow. I was just trying to see if also whether or not you can do it as a ranged. So it's full round. You can use a melee weapon.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. You can also use a bow or crossbow
Within 30 feet.
provided you're adjacent to the target.
But not a spear. Not a throwing dagger. Not a the physics machine versus the actual. Well, it's kind of your call, isn't it?
I mean, that is interesting. That why not a thrown weapon versus a mechanical weapon? Okay, So I guess the ruling is, unfortunately, you could not coup de grace with a splintered spear.
So you're saying your ruling is
My ruling based upon the rules, which I try to rely on as much as possible. So
Okay.
you could deliver it with your little weapon. It would be an automatic crit. That would be, so you have a DC 12 fort save. So I would still have to roll poorly, but you absolutely can do it from a technical standpoint. Then you have to decide what is better. Taking your chance on me rolling poorly again, or just doing some damage while he's down. Because if he wakes up, he's probably going to be audible.
But he will be dazed.
so either
That is the
way,
side
it's
effect.
dependent upon a fort save.
So one is he's dead, and one is then you have a at least dazed but probably angry person.
Yeah, but if he's dazed, he can't do anything.
Okay.
And then I get another whack at him. All right, I'll try it. A coup de grace with a hairpin. Here we go.
I mean, if it succeeds, it's really cool.
I mean, it would be really cool.
We're kind of at a crossroads here, so
It's yeah. All right, let's go.
Okay. One of the dice give, the dice take. So you hover over him with your hairpin and attempt to poke him right through the little eyeball.
no.
God dang
Opposite.
it.
No.
What? I don't understand. Okay. So we've rolled another natty 20. So I rolled a 20, a 1, and a 20. And they're holding up the dice
It's
gel.
just gone.
Oh, and it's gone.
Where
And
did it
the
go?
dice is gone from the tray.
Grab the other one they rolled the 20. Just grab them all. Grab them all. He'll have to roll the D6. It's a D6 game for you, a D20 for us. Okay.
Okay.
You could set it on fire.
So now he has 2 points of damage
He's awake.
and awake. Is that what just happened?
Well, does he, by the nature of the spell, is he,
Attacked or woken up.
does he automatically wake up, or is there any period where he doesn't? I think it's like first round. I'm assuming he wakes up, but
All right. Make sure, because this is one of those cases where 5e or Pathfinder might be different.
is it the actual sleep spell?
It is the actual sleep
Awakening a
spell.
creature is a standard action. Sleep does not target unconscious. Slapping or wounding awakens an affected creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. All right. So you poke him in the eyeball, you draw blood, and what we're going to do then is that will be your action to wake him up. And I think we need to go into initiative until we don't have a combatant. So let's roll initiative. Hey.
Well, I got 22.
All right. Well, you're probably going first.
I got a 17, actually. What a waste.
I got a 6.
I also got a 22.
Okay. Who is the higher initiative bonus between Zinnia and...
It's +3 for me.
+4.
All right.
So
So Zinnia, you poke him in the eyeball, and you're going to get act again. He's flat-footed and surprised. Oh, but he's not dazed. But he opens his eyes and, literally looks at you as he's kind of laying there prone on the ground.
And now I give an ear-piercing scream to him.
Okay. Straight into his face.
Yes.
All right. Then,
So do a fort save. Yes.
all right.
Yep.
4 on the die. Definitely a failure.
So it's only 2 points of damage, but he's dazed.
Okay.
So now he has 4 points of damage. Yay.
4 points of damage, and he's dazed. All right, then.
What is taking her so long? I haven't seen anything up there.
Yeah, you guys have no idea.
He's still laying down though, right?
He's still on the ground. He's not
prone.
done anything.
Yep.
Other than open his eyes in pain, and starting to cry
She
out.
must be reading a bedtime story to him.
So Pike, start with giving me a perception roll.
19.
All right. So you were just covering the distance and getting close to the water, I believe.
Yep.
And you hear Yeah, maybe it's almost yelp like oh, coming out of a dead sleep with somebody sticking a hairpin in your eye is probably. But it's also because he's up on top of a tower. It is a little muffled, so it's not like it's the most clear thing. What do you want to do? Did we already move you? Let's see where you're at on the map here. Because last time you had run. Let's see. Because we were.
The little like dock kind of looking.
I was heading from there to there, and it was 50 feet, I think.
You would have covered 30 feet last round. So I guess this round technically is you get to the water. Is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So right about
All right.
that little shrub right there. That's me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess technically that's probably all you're going to be able to accomplish. But although you could, well, no,
Okay.
because you double moved. That's your yeah. All right. So you're basically just into the water, and you heard the noise. From the new vantage point though. You can see into the courtyard, so you have line of sight, where you do see two people out there over there by a fire. And I mean, unfortunately, they're by a fire, they're illuminated, and you're kind of coming through with the shadows.
Yeah, they'll be light blind trying to see past the fire. So
Okay, so you spot those two guys. So that'll be your turn. So Ismi, you've last turn had reached the edge of the crumbled tower. Now to get into Tower 3, you are going to have to kind of climb over the boulder pile.
Okay.
So this is going to require, and you're also still trying to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically going to be moving at kind of like quarter speed because you're basically moving half for stealth and then also climbing. So you guys it's going to be pretty slow going. So give me both a stealth check and a climb check.
Stealth will be a 23.
Okay.
And my climb, I wrote my climb down because I knew what was going to happen. Climb is going to be a 12.
Okay. So you've also got a base rate of 30. You're double moving. So basically you can move 15 feet. So basically you're kind of like, you get about that far. We're going to assume Nipper and Corda are moving quietly along behind. And then Daroon, go ahead and give me your rolls.
It's a natty 20 for stealth.
What?
Climbing might be a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be.
Flashbacks.
No, jeez. I just don't have that, That's a 5. That's 8 for climb.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Okay.
It's the second one slightly higher. So you guys are carefully moving over the boulders, doing your best not
quietly.
to quietly.
Quietly, we're so quiet.
He's like he seemed to have got it that turn.
Yeah, I'm like,
one time. Don't.
she's looking behind to see did he fall off the plateau?
Did he move at all?
It's the hope that kills you.
Yeah.
Careful.
Okay, so the guy on top of the tower is dazed, which is unable to act normally, take no actions. Okay, so no actions. Well, I guess that includes speech actions. So he is just like staring at you kind of vacantly in pain, blood dribbling from the corner of his eye, and nobody else has reacted yet by some miracle. So, Zinnia, we are back to you. This is your moment to shine.
And I'm like, oh crap.
Mhm.
This is not how I pictured this going. So it's not coming up on mine, but yeah. I'm going to do flurry of snowballs.
What is that?
Exactly what it says it is.
Yeah.
It is.
A flurry of snowballs.
It's
It's a
just
scene from Elf.
That's exactly it.
Yes. Yeah. Cone-shaped burst. Yeah. And I do 4d6 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you put him to sleep.
That will tuck him in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm just going to be like Yeah.
How loud is that?
Well, I literally was trying to find that out, and I can't find any information about how loud the flurry of
It would be the
snowballs.
hitting that would be this make the sound. I don't know
Yeah.
if the actual snowball flying through the air would make much sound, but whopping him in the head would.
just a bunch of snowballs
Studs.
smacking
Just
into his
studs,
face.
yeah.
But it is a cone, so it's like everything in there.
Well, that's why I wanted to make sure that I was pointing it
Toward
Out.
Yeah.
out, not into the.
so Pike just sees snowballs flying over the side of the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, is it reflex
No.
or anything?
Oh no, saving throw, reflex half. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry. Yeah.
give me some damage. Natty 2 on the reflex.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Mhm.
All right.
Doggone it.
Snowballs blast across his body, and that last one catches him right in the forehead. And you see his eyes roll up into his head, and he quits moving.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
I'm just curious if you're going to tell the story differently when he gets.
Look,
Mhm.
complete relief.
That's
Mhm.
I mean, that was great. You really broke out the stuff there.
Mhm.
All right. I mean, you don't know if he's dead or not, but that's, are you going to move or anything? Or, well, it's you.
Oh no, because next round I'm going to stab him in the eye again, just to make sure.
just to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, I mean, I have to imagine you heard something, even if it was just like some muffled, like thumping noises, but you are also like hyper aware and like of where things are going down versus the other two guys who are over in the courtyard who are kind of like low talking and eating and clearly not really paying attention. There's, again, that anxious pause where you're listening for anything else but nothing. So what do you do?
All right. So I'm at she's a hardened killer, it seems. So I'm assuming that she's got everything in hand, so to speak. So yeah, I'm going to slip into the water.
Okay.
Go underwater. And my swim speed is 40.
All right.
So it looks like there's some shrubbery on the riverbank right next to the Tower 3.
Oh yeah.
He just said shrubbery. I can't
I mean, I held myself back, and then you said something.
Sorry.
And so I'd like to pop up over, like, in amongst the shrubbery.
There's a story there that we need to find out about.
No, it's the group that shall not be named, lest it derail the whole session.
All right. So you slip into the water and quietly, rapidly paddle your way through, and you can slink out over here next to the tower, hidden behind the shrubbery.
And I've got a good view of the two by the fire, and should be able to be handy if anyone needs anything.
All right. Do give me one more stealth check, please. We have more stealth checks
Yeah.
already than
This is awesome. It's my bread and butter right there. Good to use good stuff.
13.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, I am nervous for you guys. All right, then. So Ismi, then you're gonna try to finish climbing into this tower.
I am.
All right, give me 2 more checks. Stealth and climbing.
Stealth is only a 13.
Okay.
Climbing is a 19. So I flipped them.
All right. Yeah. So then, you easily make it over the rubble into, kind of into the base of that tower.
Okay. So we're in the base, not on the second floor.
Right. Yeah. The second floor is pretty much gone.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, because the whole wall has kind of collapsed, half of that rubble kind of falls into the base of the tower. The other half on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So and I realize that I do have a little map here, but it doesn't really show anything. It's just kind of blank. There's just like debris, chunks of rock and wood and stuff scattered across the floor. What was the second floor, which is in line, with the walls, is also only like partially there.
Okay.
So you could technically like climb up to it, but it looks pretty treacherous.
Okay, so basically get across it and try to get to, because I'm assuming there's an exit out of the tower.
Yeah, there is. There's a door there. There is an actual physical door still on its hinges, sort of, but it's like halfway open. So you can see at least partially into the courtyard now.
Okay, so I can see the two by the fire.
Yeah, probably. At least, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, can I see the guy on the north tower, Tower 1?
Not from that vantage point, I don't think.
Okay.
But yeah, next turn you can easily get to the door.
Okay, so I'm going to sit there and wait for the fire.
Okay.
Burn, baby, burn.
All right, Daroon, give me your checks.
16 for stealth.
Look at this go.
And that's going to be a 14 for climb.
All right, easy money. Okay, so you are both safely in.
Mhm.
Nipper and Quarter on your heels. Oh, and all is somehow quiet. So we'll drop out of initiative for this point. Well, maybe, I don't know. So Zinni, because you said you were going to do something now.
Oh, I'm gonna stab him again just to make sure that he's either actually dead or
Okay. Is this going to be functionally like another coup de grace attempt?
sure.
So you stab him again. It's still a DC. That's still a DC 12. So you just like plunging your weapon into his face. Do you have a heal check? You want to be sure he's dead. Is that the point?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be. I'm fine being messy about it.
Okay. All right. Well, you stab him, and he's still raggedly breathing, but he's not going to.
I will keep stabbing until the breathing stops.
There we go.
Isn't there that take 10 or take 20 on this?
How can this guy still be breathing?
There we go.
I need to acquire a better weapon.
Is that going to be our first season 2 shirt? Keep stabbing till the breathing stops.
Yeah.
It's not because he actually just dies, because he chokes on his own blood. That's how he dies.
Well,
There's
that's
just
fine.
so much of it.
At some point, I don't care as long as he's dead.
Covered in blood up there. I tucked him in.
And vitreous fluid from the eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we'll take you a few more efforts to do that. So while that proceeds, then Pike, what were you going to go into the tower, or were you going to stay where you're at, or what is your plan?
I'm mostly keeping an eye on the two by the fire. I am within range if I need to either try and put them to sleep in the event that somebody's noisy or whatever. And I'm also keeping an eye on the guard on the south wall there.
Right. If he were to turn around, he has a pretty good angle of view on where you're at. So you don't really have not much cover there. You can kind of press against the tower, I guess. Or almost basically where you're standing, like that one brick, that's actually where the door is. So you could easily slip into the tower and then maintain your view from within. And that would prevent you from being seen from the guy on that wall.
Would we see him? Could we see him from the doorway? It's like I went right to the doorway and I'm like looking.
Well, yeah, when you move. I didn't know if you're going to maintain your position then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just keeping an eye on these three to see if anything.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're doing that, then Ismi and Derun, you could both kind of creep across the base of the tower to the door.
I'm going to let her do that because it looks like it's in her profession. I'm going to sit here and wait for Zinnia.
All right. You're like, you're not going to.
I am literally playing with house money, and I'm just going to cash in now. Instead of lose it all on one roll.
All right. So Ismi, you quietly move up to the doorway, and you find yourself like within arm's reach of the back of Pike, and he would probably hear you at that point, and you guys could exchange glances.
And I kind of look at him. And it's like, I guess kind of do the finger, like, come on in, kind of a look. So he knows that we're here. And can I see Guy on the southern wall?
Yeah, if you, you have to kind of step out of the door to have a bead on him or lean out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do they get up there? Is there like
There's a ladder.
Ladder right there.
Okay, because he wants to figure out exactly when things go down, basically where he's coming from.
Sure.
And that's what she's trying to figure out. It's like, where is he coming from? So he'd probably be coming down that direction. She steps quietly back in, and she's not hearing anything from the tower. So she feels confident that Zinnia's probably doing something right if there's no noise.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
We're talking morale, right? Or
We did not hear the flurry of snowballs.
You guys would not have heard that.
No. Okay.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, you had to have been close enough. So I'm just going to be in the shadows, looking, basically keeping a bead on the guys directly across at that fire, because they're the ones that when the distraction happens, them running is probably going to be the big tell.
All right, then. Sounds like you guys are going to stay put until Zinnia comes and finds you.
Yes.
So Zinnia, he eventually stops breathing. You're kind of covered in blood. What is your plan at that point? I was like, where are you going?
Then I'm going to set some fires. I have my fire thing, my cantrip.
The cantrip?
Yeah.
Ray of fire?
Ray of fire. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And so you'll spend a couple rounds casting that just at the boards on the top here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
to the roof.
Yes.
The roof is on fire.
Yeah. The roof. The roof.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. And okay, so you do that. Okay, I need to look. Does that automatically start a fire? Or just says flammable objects may take. I was just trying to gauge how long it takes you. It sounds like it is just going to catch fire though.
That's
unless
why I'm gonna do
unless the
several.
roof's being worn or carried.
Mm-hmm.
Worn by the tower.
It's a tower hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so you cast it a few times, and
Then I fly and join everybody else.
what is the which path are you going to take to join everybody else? Like out and around, and then through the side. On the
Yeah.
outside? Okay.
Yeah, not through this. Yes.
Clarity is important. Okay, so you do that, and then you come flying around the broken side of the tower, down where you see Derun and Corda, Nipper, and Ismi's over there by the door leading to the courtyard. You wouldn't have a line of sight on Pike at that point, but you can come flying in. And so you guys see her come, she flies up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I smile and wink. I smell fire.
Honestly, I think you might be alarmed at how much blood is on her body.
Well, they might be alarmed. I am not alarmed.
You're like, oh, I got a little chunk here, and just
I think you got like is that a retina or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to wait for people to see that the tower's on fire.
I think we should. We'll see what happens. Let them make the next move.
See what happens. I mean, if that thing catches fire, they're going to
Freak out.
dry. Yeah.
Especially if they think he's still up there, alive.
Well, they'll probably know he's not alive if the thing's on fire and he's not yelling at him.
Good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm imagining it takes a couple minutes, right? Because you started the fire. I imagine it had to take a little bit for it to sort of crackle and, start to spread a little bit. The crackling of that would not be immediately obvious to the two people sitting next to a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think by the time they notice it, there would be a pretty good blaze.
Yes.
Yes.
Who goes running?
Well, let's take a look here and see who notices it first. Actually, it is going to be one of the courtyard people. Well, you know what? It is not going to be a courtyard person. It's going to be one of the guys on the walls. So you hear the guy on the north wall like shout out to the people in the courtyard, like, "Oi, there's a fire up on top!" And then they literally they because they're just sitting there like eating and chatting with each other, and then they stop and they look at him, and then he's pointing, at the top of the tower, and then they'll stand up and kind of drop that stuff and then look, and then they will go running to the tower. So they're going to go running to the door, and you hear them shouting inside, and one of them's like, "Hey, wake up, there's a fire," which probably tells you there might be somebody else inside the tower.
Oh.
And so that's happening, that there's the two still on the walls. I guess at what point do you feel like you want to act so I don't you're going to just continue to wait?
I will turn to Duran.
Dayrun.
Dayrun. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to
Close enough.
Dayrun. It's like, should we take care of the guy on the south wall? Yes.
And I'll give her a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. All right, so.
But neither of the guys on the walls have moved.
The guy on the south wall is probably like looking out at the courtyard, and the guy in the north wall climbs down.
Okay.
And he looks like he's coming running around shouting, and now the two guys that were in the courtyard have gone into the tower, and you can hear them kind of shouting inside, and it sounds like they're yelling up to the top of the tower.
Okay.
I mean, you can hear them like hollering out.
Yeah.
The guy on the south wall has not moved.
He's not moved yet, but he's definitely looking agitated. Actually, since I need to see if he's notices you.
He'd probably be looking up.
Yeah, he would be. But you've got pretty good cover.
Yeah.
And you're still you haven't broken your.
I haven't broken.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, you hear them like, "Yo, Kenzie, wake up! What are you doing up there?" And then looks like one of them's gonna. Yeah. So the one guy is going to run inside of the keep. If you're not going to act, he's going to do that. So he's like running across the courtyard.
Oh, the north guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's
then
looking.
the two people from the courtyard are in the tower.
Yeah.
The guy from the north wall is running across to the keep.
Yeah.
Okay. If he gets.
He'll get there. If you wanted to act, you could do it just before it gets to that door.
But the guy on the south wall is watching
The fire.
Yeah.
the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's nobody else that we know that we can see besides the third one going into the.
Well, actually, there's another guy here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say, what
Sorry.
about that guy just
Sorry.
sitting there?
Because he's not there anymore.
Oh,
Yeah. Spoiler alert. He's inside the.
So either way, we can let him run inside there and then they come out. And while he runs inside there, we can take care of Southgard.
Yes, that's what we're thinking. Is once his back is turned and he's running towards the keep.
Eliminate Southgard.
Okay.
Right before he gets to the door,
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and put him to sleep.
Okay. And then everybody else is going to, like, you're all just sort of holding, waiting for that to happen, and then you're going to do that.
I guess. I don't know if that was.
I actually want to fly around to the back of the south guard guy.
Okay. Flank him.
Yeah.
And because we can kind of like, because the exit's facing the river, we can kind of like hug the wall going up so that we maybe, because he's going to be looking that way. So we're going to try to like get to the.
I've been hoping the South Guard guy would come down the ladder and then we
That's-
could all jump him. But
That's what I was hoping.
he hasn't so far. So
We'll make that decision for him.
But maybe,
we'll
maybe
see what
Dayrun-
happens when if the
Yeah.
guy goes to sleep and falls down.
Of course, we could
Dayrun.
just take the ladder away. He can't do a whole lot. I mean, we can take a ladder and then just shoot him.
Or maybe we should have somebody go block the door to the east tower and trap all of them inside the burning tower.
She just looks at
I
Izzy
mean,
just looks at her and kind of
They
like
could go
tilts
out
her
onto
head.
the walls.
Could they?
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
assuming
sure?
The battlements have entrances. onto
Maybe
them.
they're broken down like the rest of this place.
Or I could just, like once they're all inside there, I could just cast Stone Call and have pebbles and rocks rain upon them from above.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun too.
And then it's rough terrain. I mean, it would make sense to them if something's falling, right? They wouldn't really pick up if it's a spell.
All right, so you guys need to decide.
All
I
right.
guess,
That's
okay.
what you guys can
I'm
go take care
doing-
of South Guard.
I'm going to try
Okay.
and take care of the guy running to the keep,
okay.
putting him to sleep.
I'm going to do Stone Call on that tower. So it just, who's ever in there, it's a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah,
radius,
and I'm
so-
going to fly around and I'm going to do magic missile on south wall.
Okay, and Isme?
And I'm going to go around the corner. I'm going to try to get a line of sight, and I'm going to shoot off a crossbow.
At the guy on the...
Yep.
So you guys are going to both hit the guy on the south wall.
Yes.
Okay, then let's do initiative.
18.
8.
22.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So Pike, you step out, point your arm again, and he gets a will save as he's running across the courtyard. Oh, you see DC 16, and this is that just fails by a point, by 1 point. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to call you the Sandman.
all right. So he goes running and sort of slumps forward and collapses, which might draw the attention. This guy's getting hit from a couple different angles. So then, Isme, you step out and you're going to take a shot.
I am. How far away am I?
I mean, that is basically about 30 feet.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to throw. Actually, doesn't she go because she's 18? No.
No, because
We're just doing
Clockwise.
clockwise order.
Okay, this one has to go to the dice trail. It's 4. I don't think I did it.
Yeah.
Plus
Yeah.
6. That's
Yeah,
like
plus 6.
10.
10.
Okay. I mean, he's flat-footed, but he's still more than 10. So,
Yeah.
all right. So your shot goes a little wide. He sees the bolt. His eyes fixate on you. So, Dayrun, when you say you're going to cast, did you want to move? Sorry.
I'm going to try to get. What is that stricture?
So all of these structures out here are all just open faced, just basically like posts with wooden roofs. So it was just probably either another stable area or work area or whatever.
And I think I'm going to try to quickly go around the corner because he's going to shoot at me. I'm pretty sure. If he made eyes on me, I'm going to like slam up against the wall and try to get.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah. So basically, you step out, you shoot, and then you're just going to.
go right back.
Yeah,
And I realized it went
right.
wide, and I'm going to reload.
So you'll have cover.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dayrun, you said you
Mhm.
wanted to cast it inside there, but you do
Yes.
have line of sight. So what is your how are you going to?
Does it say I require line of sight? It doesn't say anything about.
I mean, yeah, all spells
All
have
spells,
to. All spells have to have a line of sight on your point of target.
Well, not all spells. Magic missile doesn't.
Yeah, you still have to.
Yeah.
You still have to see your target.
I thought there was like a hole through like the side of the buildings. That's what I was assuming.
Oh, not. I mean, there's some interior windows.
Because my other thought is, if I was this line of sight, if I want to, this sounds weird, but because they're actual physical rocks, if I did it above the roof, and then it would fall down.
Oh, interesting. To try to bring the roof down on them.
Because the roof would be coming down on them. That's what I'm using. It does 2d6 points of damage, and anybody in that area, and it drops, and it's rough terrain. I kind of want to give them just that, try to bring it all down.
Sure. Okay.
That was my thought. Not necessarily them getting hit by the pebbles.
Because it's like a 40-foot.
40-foot radius.
Oh, right. This is so huge.
Yeah. And I can cast it from 130 feet away.
So you could basically pick the edge of it to be
Yep.
like the edge there so that the whole tower just gets rained on.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay. Then let's do it.
It just there's no saving throw or
Yeah,
anything
you
like
just
that.
roll
It's
some
just
damage.
8 points of damage. Budgeting
I think it's-
to the roof. I mean, that's 2d6. It's
it's only 2d6.
yeah. It's third level spells. Let's not get crazy here. I'm trying to get that to, I mean, if there's openings and if it's on fire, imagining that planks and stuff are coming down like you would imagine a fire.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
yeah.
the rocks would help the process.
So they're getting hit by fiery planks. What's the damage on fiery plank damage? I mean, what's that?
Plus, I wanted them to be kind of like, this is chaos. They're inside. If they get trapped, great.
Okay. Then.
It's more fun than casting guidance on someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much weight can that roof take while it's on
That's right.
fire and half decrepit?
Science.
And is it safe for half or they just take 8?
It's less 3 rounds. They only take the 2d6 only happens 1 round.
But
and
does
then-
No
everybody-
saving throw.
No saving throws. None. Saving throw, none. Spell resistance, no.
Okay. So Darun doesn't know, but I
Sure.
I need so there was basically the one guy he made it up to the second floor and was climbing up the ladder because he was trying to get up. Flames are kind of engulfing the top, but he was wanting to get up to try to save his friend.
Sure.
The other guy had awakened somebody who was sleeping, and they were still sort of immobilized. I think they're going to go try to get some water, but they were like looking up as chunks of the ceiling start to fall. But the guy climbing the ladder takes the full amount in the face. It's just like, yeah, it'll like the ladder starts to break apart up, in his
Yeah.
hands. And
You must have been really close with the guy up there that you murdered. I mean, killed.
Tucked in.
Yep.
Tucked in.
Tucked in.
Tucked in.
He just gets one glance at his buddy there. It's fucking torn apart.
Yep.
No, there's no tearing apart.
Well, if you stabbed him a lot,
In
It
the
wouldn't be-
eyes. You can't really see it. It's fine.
I was kind of hoping you would.
No, it's fine. It's all fine. He looked very peaceful, I'm sure.
That's something that a psychopath says.
Okay, then Zinnia, then you get to go.
Okay, I'm just gonna magic missile that guy.
All right, because at the point you've circled around and you just like straight in the back of his head.
Yes. 8 damage. Yep.
Wow. Okay, so bolts of energy just slap him across the back. He obviously saw Ismi, which he was, yeah, you're right. I mean, he was bringing his bow to bear, and then all of a sudden it's like blah, blah, blah across the back. So then he kind of looks and like spins and then sees you. I'm trying to imagine what he would even see. You know, it's like 20 feet away, in the dusk.
A crow.
Crow. A blood-soaked crow.
Yeah. Ooh, that's scary.
It is pretty scary. It's probably horrifying. Yeah, he's a little bit demoralized, and I mean, he's basically starts shouting out like the alarm, like we're under attack, and he's gonna shoot at this horrifying bloody visage.
Oh, you son of a...
I don't even know what to do. She took my die again.
No, I'm not, but he doesn't get there.
I think you should take that very personal.
They don't even deserve that.
Very personal. It
Oh,
should be on your
okay.
mind the rest of the day.
It will be.
That is a lot of natural 20s.
It really is. I
is.
think that I don't know what you've done.
Why can't I roll like this when I'm playing?
I
This
don't
is the
know.
same dice.
You will pay for it though.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so he's got to roll to confirm to get his bonus damage. That's not going to be a confirmation, but it is going to be max damage with his bow. Let's see, this is purple dude. Sherm the Outlaw, by the way. So yeah, his composite longbow hits you solidly for 9 points of damage.
Man, that's
Just
really
like-
mean.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm just a little fairy. Why would you do that? So rude.
And yeah, he's this like there's a little bit of panic. He's not routed yet, but there's definitely some panic there. All right, the two guys who were inside who got pelted a little bit are going to come running out, and they're also shouting, alarm. They don't really have you don't see like buckets of sitting around. I mean, there's probably some buckets somewhere, but when they hear him shouting, they're probably going to start to split their attention. And
Where?
Where?
Where are we? Besides the Bloody Crow. Where?
yeah, so they're going to look around and see if there's any chance they can spot Ismi or Pike. They don't. They do not see you guys.
You're on the other side of the. Is that a wall or there's walk underneath? Those are just.
There's a door there. It's
Yeah.
not pictured. Sorry.
Okay.
I should have thrown the door.
But those are walls in between, though, right? Like where she is. Where Zinnia is, right?
Oh, yeah. Zinnia's on the
Zinnia,
other
sorry.
side of
Yeah,
a
but-
battlement.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I mean Zinnia is probably not visible. Well, with line of sight, they don't have line of sight on her
No.
where she's out there. But so one of them will come running in that direction. Actually, you know what?
Perfect.
And the other one was going to kind of look over, and he will see one of their allies has slumped over in the yard. But they stay. Yeah, they don't really have any line of sight on the attackers. So he's going to run to the front gate, drawing his weapons. This guy will, and this guy is going to kind of run over to check on his ally. So we'll do that. And then the other dude, you don't know what he's doing, but he's frantically climbing down to try to get out of this. He gives up on his friend on the roof at this point. So that's going to be his action, is getting all the way back down. So that is what you can see. So we will go back to the top of the round with Pike.
Okay. So from where I am, I believe that the guard headed for the gate has now come within 30 feet of me.
Yeah.
Okay. Then my mind's just going to reach out to his, find the vulnerable spots, and just crush in with mind thrust.
Oh.
That doesn't sound nice.
It's only mind thrust 1, unfortunately, but he needs a will save to take half damage.
It's iffy. It's a tweener. What's that DC?
I think for that, it's only 14.
Okay. I think that is going to be a save from Mr. Mansfield here. Yeah, he's got he got a 15. Normally it's 10 plus the level of spell plus your spell stat. So base DC of 11 plus what is your
this is the reason why it's different is that this is I think this is an ability. Let me just double check. Or I might be mixing up with Psychic Strike. It is a regular spell. Okay, it's not the psychic ability. So it'd be 16, same as the sleep.
Wow. Okay.
I think. Let me see. Oh wait, no, it's a level 1 spell. Sorry. I was right the first time. So 10 plus 1 plus 3, 14.
14. So he just got it. So he takes half. Okay. So what'd you roll for damage?
6. So he takes 3 points. Not much.
Not much.
Every point counts.
Yeah, not nothing. So I don't know that. Well, he might have a chance of hearing you at that point.
No,
but-
there's no sound. There's no somatic or verbal components.
All right. So he's running to the front gate, and then he's suddenly gets a burst of headache.
Of incredible guilt.
Incredible guilt.
For leaving his friend?
His guilt of his friend burning to death on top of the tower.
Yeah.
So yeah, he stumbles to the front gate and is looking out for attackers and clutching his head. All right then, Ismay.
Can Ismay get a line of sight on the guy heading towards the gate?
So if you basically take a 5-foot step out,
Yep.
Next to Pike, yeah, you can have line of sight on just about everybody.
Okay, I'm going to step out and I'm going to aim at him and see if I can actually hit this time.
Okay.
Better. That's a 19.
Well, that will be a hit.
Okay. I believe I would have my sneak attack.
You well, it's you have to have surprise on him. I think you do. He's not flat-footed,
No.
but let's see. I think because he doesn't see you.
But if he doesn't see me and I step out and shoot, I'm kind of like...
Because you were basically attacking from stealth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry. We went the entire season 1 without a rogue. Yeah, because he's not denied his dex. It actually doesn't even mention surprise. I mean, because normally when you have surprise, he's flat-footed, but you guys are already acting. So no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You would not for that attack.
I
I know, and that's like the bulk of your damage.
I know it is. No, it does say with the pistol weapon, if it says special properties +1 damage and attack at 30 feet or less. So I'm less than 30 feet. So I get an extra +1.
Yep.
Okay. So then it would be a D6 +2.
Okay.
More importantly, though, you rolled a 19, and the crit range on the pistol crossbow is 19-20.
Okay.
So
So,
got to roll again to confirm if you hit them.
okay.
If it's a crit.
To confirm.
So a 19 or 20 is considered a crit.
Okay.
with that weapon.
With this weapon.
Mm-hmm.
7.
No.
So
Okay, so it's basically
Max
you roll
damage.
your base damage plus, is it +1 for the pistol or +1 because you have point blank shot?
Well, the weapon is 1d6 +1, and then a special property is +1 damage.
Well, you do have point blank shot, so it's both. The
Okay.
weapon itself has +1, and
Okay.
also you have point blank. So
So
the feet.
yeah.
yeah, defeat point
Okay.
blank. So
Nice.
that means I would get 2 extra points.
Yep.
3 plus 2, 5.
Okay, 5 damage.
Isn't a nat 20 or isn't a crit with no confirmed just max damage?
Only a natural 20. Otherwise, it's just
Oh.
regular.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not a crit, a natty 20.
natural 20. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, your bolt catches him in the back, and he's going to be spinning around. Dayrune, what do you do?
I'm going to tell Corda to go get him, go sick the guy out here. So she's going to swim across the river and go there, however long it takes her. And then I am going to, these two are probably over here, are probably like, oh no. I'm going to cast Entangle so it reaches the front door and them.
Okay, so that's going to be like the
40-foot radius.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure it reaches the door. And then they're in the entanglement, so they need to cast the save and throw immediately. And he's sleeping, so I don't know what that's all about.
Okay.
That's what I'm
So
doing.
yeah, that's going to catch like the horses and everywhere. Yeah. So okay.
I mean, if it goes in the river, I mean, it's not, but wherever I center it, right? If I center it and it's a river, then the river doesn't happen. But on the horses, it's fine too, but I'd prefer not to.
Well, I mean, it's a huge,
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge area. I will grab that out.
It's sitting there. I see it.
Okay. So you could do.
Can I drop it down a little bit?
I get what you. So you're wanting
Yeah.
to not get the horses.
Correct. But the
Basically
door,
like
you
that.
got it. A little bit more to the right, towards us,
Like
towards
that?
almost toward the plank. They're just as long as they're. I'd rather have them in it further than on the edge of it.
Towards the fire.
Like
Move
so,
it
almost
towards-
toward the edge. There you go. That's perfect. Right
Okay.
there. Okay.
So a giant mass of tangling vines and grasses
Yep.
erupt from the ground all over that area and begin entangling them.
And they DC is 14.
And that is a
Reflex, correct, for
Mm.
partial.
Now,
Okay.
it doesn't do any damage to them, right?
They take 1 point every time that they fail to try to get out of it.
So if he's asleep, he's not trying to get out of it. So he hasn't taken damage. So it's not an attack, right? So does he actually even wake up?
Creatures can attempt to break free as a move action, making a strength or escape artist check.
Right, but the guy who's asleep.
Is not.
And
No.
what I'm wondering is, will he even wake up?
To being entangled.
Yeah, just the things would cover him up, and he.
I don't know. It's your call. I really didn't intend for him. I thought he'd wake up, but his buddies can try to wake him up either way. So,
yeah, that's her. Okay. I will sort that out.
Okay.
So either case, the sleeping guy is decidedly entangled, and then the other guy made his save, so he will be able to at least take a step. But every round you start in it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then Zinnia.
Zinnia's going to go ahead and
Corda didn't have the 50-foot movement. Didn't get her over there to attack.
Oh, she's 50.
Yeah.
It was actually right around 50. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry, Zinnia. So Corda does actually, she could get just to the guy.
And she's going to bite him, of course, like a good dog we would. 17.
17 against Mr. Green. That is going to be a hit.
And that does 7 points of damage, bite damage. And I'm going to have you trip or try tripping on a successful trip, right? So it's just a roll again. Ooh, probably not going to do it. So it's was for 8, which isn't going to do it.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. All right. Okay. But she's now barking and tearing at him. So growling. And so he's freaking out.
That's my turn.
Cool. Okay. And then we're going to wrap up with Zinnia.
Okay, so. Oh, yes. 9.
What are you doing?
Magic missile.
Oh, okay.
9 damage for.
You're not playing
That's
around.
good for magic missile.
Yeah, it is.
Why play around?
Rolled a 3 and a 4. So, and then +1.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right. He does not drop.
What?
I know.
That jerk.
I know. This guy's actually kind of tougher, but your missiles pelt him across his body. He's in severe pain, still standing, still shouting. We've got people in the courtyard, entangled, asleep. We've got people pelted and being aflamed. We've got somebody being attacked by a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
They are at a disadvantage.
And they can only see Zinnia at this point. And the wolf.
They only see this blood-covered fairy.
So we're actually going to end there mid fight because
No.
there's still a ways to go.
Yes,
I know.
It's a good start.
it's a good start.
Yeah, we had the build up, the planning, and this was the execution. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a good multi-part fighting.
All right.
All right.
Look at it, you guys already kind of had some pack tactics, some strategy.
Yeah. I feel
We'll see.
confident about our skills.
We'll see if they can turn this around.
Mm-hmm.
But we will find that out next week.
All right. Sounds
Thank you,
good.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks for listening.
Yay.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our show and want more, please leave us a rating and review on whichever platform you use. And of course, feel free to share us on social media. We'll be back next week with more adventures in the World of Tellus. To tide you over, you can read more about the cast, characters, and the World of Tellus at AdventuresEdgeRPG.com.